Yeah, we're back. How you doing, Sam? You good?
I'm good.
Are you coping with the dopeness?
This is just so much vibes in here today, man. I was just saying I could just hang out with Ty every week.
Yeah, man, we can do that. We can do that. We can do it. If the audience is okay with that, I'm cool with that. So we are here. We're playing music. I like to think of my show kind of like how your shop is. So it's kind of like I pick up particular independent artists and I make a point of showcasing their material in music. I really rely on the audience to kind of go and look for the songs that I'm playing rather than, you know, me hammering them all the time. But, you know, the reason why I had you up on the show is because I really believe in what you're doing. I really believe in what the shop is. Yeah. And I feel like the audience that listen to the show need to understand that sometimes, instead of us just moaning about life or moaning about the government or moaning about Brexit or blah, 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 sometimes you need to put your money where your mouth is and make certain things stay solid and make certain things stay so that, you know, certain things can kind of flourish and be there to sustain the culture and the habits that we have that include hip-hop and everything else.
Exactly.
So with that, it kind of brings me to really talking about the united80 crowdfunder and what you're doing and how you're doing it. So let's talk through it. So what made you decide to do the crowdfund?
Well, united80's been going for 7 years now. I've said it a few times that it's just something that's grown organically. It wasn't like, oh, we've got these plans to have this creative hub in Brixton, you know, and it's going to be this by year 3 or this by year 5. That's just not how it's happened. It's like we were just creatives who just got in a space together. We used to be on market stalls. We found this space together, and we're just doing our thing for music. Art,
so let's shout out NECA.
Yes.
Let's shout out who had leather bags and leather accessories in the shop. Yeah. And then let's shout out Chris and Cindy, otherwise known as Hands On Fam, who are stalwarts in South London in regards to DJing and just movement in general. Like good taste in music, you have to have them involved in some way or shape or form. They're also my partners in a dance that we call No Long Chain that we do, and yeah, that's my family there. But I really value their input in anything.
Definitely. I always have described them as purveyors of music, of good music.
Definitely.
When it comes to
of integrity.
When it comes from old to new, it's like these guys live and breathe music, and they were part of the foundation to united80, and you know, that was just so integral to where it is today.
Yeah, definitely. So we are here today. The shop is flourishing. Yeah. You want to take it to a new level. What do you need?
What we need is a cash injection, because we were just an organic thing. It's like at the end of the day, we still just are creators who are on a hustle. Right. But we've been able to make a business work for 7 years because, you know, of its integrity. So with that in mind, it's like, okay, we are a brand now. united80 is getting known. We've got this global community of people, and we want to make sure we cement it because it represents so much for art, for culture. So now it's like, okay, 7 years on, let's make sure that we can redesign our shop and be able to showcase so much more independent artists, because that's what we've been doing over the past 2 years. We kind of rebranded it, or I should say I've rebranded it to make sure, as an independent artist myself, I'm able to do the same for others, be that people bringing in their music, people bringing in their art, their fashion,
their t-shirts or whatever they want to do,
doing their thing that's creative, you know.
So let me say this to anyone that's listening. If you've never been to the shop, if you've never been to experience it, it's one of those places you can step in, you can step out of the cold, you can catch a vibe. You're likely to meet people in the area or in the shop of interest to music, art, have a conversation, meet, dialogue, new things happen. Yeah. But one of the things that I really think is important for people to understand is these kind of spots people need to support. And support means don't just click like, share something. No, because when it's gone, because that's what we're being nice about how we're discussing it. When it's gone, when you move on and say, do you know what, I've got to go on and live my life and get married or emigrate or do whatever you do, and it's gone, there's going to be a big void in the cultural diaspora of somewhere where you can go and get a really nice t-shirt or a nice shirt or a nice scarf or a nice cravat or a nice painting or a picture of Tribe Called Quest that you can put on your wall. When it's gone, there will be nowhere else like it. So rather than be petty, it's just like the Brexit thing. A lot of people complaining like, who voted, who didn't vote, blah, blah, blah. The truth of it is people didn't act when they needed to act. Yeah. We're asking you to act now. We're asking you to act now. We're asking you, if you've got a £20 note in your account that you can live with, put it to that you can live without. Put it towards something to keep something, not just keep it going, to make it change into another level and feel like you own.
That's it.
I know we've got some millionaire entrepreneurial friends that listen to the music and believe in what we're doing. I'm saying, pull out your checkbook, make this thing happen. We're trying to raise 30 grand to take this to another level. This thing is of a service to everybody. It's the springboard. If anybody's been noticing that the cultural changes in Brixton in regards to the fact that Brixton's quite a hip place to go and enjoy yourself, we are the reason. This shop is the reason. A lot of things that are kind of springing up and happening are happening because we put roots down in Brixton to bring not just the reggae thing, but to bring the soul, to bring the hip hop chip shop. Big up to them. They've come afterwards and doing what they're doing. Pop Brixton, they've come afterwards and done what they're doing. But we're the actual nucleus of cool from Brixton. And this shop, in order to take it to the next level and to take Brixton as a destination to the next level, we need people to invest in this shop and do it. If you've got the money, fling it. If you can do without it, fling it. Can you read out the what is the crowdfunder?
So we're using crowdfunder.co.uk/team united80. So that's www.crowdfunder.co.uk/team united80.
If you follow Instagram, you might have seen last week or the week before, Paz from De La Soul made a post about the shop. I asked them as a friend of the group, I asked them to do it. They didn't delay, they just did it. Omar did the same thing. I've asked a couple high profile people. Some people have turned me down. Some people have not understood what it is. I won't. Well, maybe I will, actually. But anyway, the point is, I think in our lifetime, sometimes you have to stand up and make something work and happen. And that's why I felt obligated to really take my time out. And as well as others, big up to Motec, big up to all these different people in different worlds. But we need people that are not even necessarily connected to us to understand, I want to see a cool place where I can go and buy a t-shirt or a dress. You're an amazing designer. Geometric designs. We haven't talked about that. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, that's how I started with this thing. Well, after the music, it was about making clothes. That's something that I've always done. I'm self-taught since the age of 12.
Self-taught. That's just a hip hop. You're just a hip hop girl. Just like hip hop woman. Sorry.
That's all good.
Yeah, that's just like I'm doing this. Then I'm gonna do. It's just like you pick up the turntable. Wicked. Oh, okay, now I'm gonna pick up some graph. Now I'm gonna MC a 1 2 1 2. That's that spirit.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And that's definitely infused into the kind of clothes that I make. It is streetwear. It is kind of sporty, luxurious, but everyday kind of wears. And being able to do that off the back of just being me, and then having this shop united80 where 3 brands came together and said, what, we're going to be united in this space, and we're just going to do our thing. I love music, I love fashion, but I love music too, and I love fashion too, and that's what it was. Like, why aren't those things together? We brought them together. And then all the people, it's like the ark had come in 2 by 2. All the people just kept on coming through.
Yeah, so many people
showing their love. I've just got to say big up, and I've got so much respect and love for everyone who's helped build united80, which is the reason why I decided to do a crowdfunder and not say, I need 30k to make this business, take it to the next level, let me go to the bank. It's like, that's kind of just not what I believe in.
Yeah, the UK is not suggesting that they're supportive of us in that way. Exactly. Like when I travel to Europe, I see funding, all these sort of things for different sort of things. I'm not seeing that here.
Exactly.
So we have to call on the people.
Yeah, and we are in a time as well where we need to show a community vibe. I'm not just saying this just so united80 reaches its crowdfunder free target. Of course I wanted to reach it, but it's like, we talk about so many things and we always say we're lacking in community, we're lacking in care for each other, and there's certain times where we could just get an opportunity to show that. And that's the reason why I decided to do it this way, do a crowdfunder and say, you know what, all the people who've come through over these years, it might seem far-fetched, 1,500 people, £20.
Okay, so how many days we got left?
We have 9 days left.
We've got 9 days left. Let's do this, people. Like I'm using my platform as a hip hop artist to have a show on Pyro Radio, on other stations, and I'm making sure I'm bringing people through to speak about their journey and what they're doing. Thank you for coming. I'm going to play some more music. Maybe we're going to come back and get a little bit of rummy, and then vibes. But short and sweet. If you want to check out the pitch, the crowdfunder is
www.crowdfunder.co.uk/team united80.
Watch the video. Been carefully crafted. Watch the campaign, the initiatives, the incentives, and then see if you want to pitch in. A lot of people have come to you, have seen my post or other people post, and then come back and said, "Yo, I need to know about this shop. I need to know," and then they've pledged, which is beautiful.
That's just so blessed.
That's the way we're going. That's what it is. Let's get back to the music. Thank you very much for listening, people. We hope you haven't chewed your ears off. But this is the Awkward Audio Show, so you know we don't do it like anyone else does. Thank you very much. Let's continue.
That's right.
All right.